Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki LaRose, and for today's video, I wanted to share with you all two of my favorite makeup shortcuts for eyeshadow. So these are makeup shortcuts that I have developed over the many years I've been doing makeup professionally in the industry, and they're incredibly tried and true. I know they're going to be so helpful for you, so let's get right into it. So the first technique I'm going to show you how to clean up this eye makeup look is to use this brush wet. And I'll make sure I link this, of course, in the description box. This is one of my favorites for this kind of technique that I'm about to show you all. Or just also for spot concealing, for cleaning up edges with makeup, for cleaning up anything with makeup, really. Anything where you need to be very precise and you need a nice, clean, sharp application of whatever it is. So this is an Angie Hot and Flashy BK Beauty brush. It's the A505 brush. I love this brush. I have multiples of this brush. The brand was nice enough to send me their brushes. They're amazing. They're so good. So this one in particular, it's flat and it's more stiff, but also you're gonna be able to like slightly blend out the edges if you need to. The main thing you wanna look for with a brush like this is that it's flat, it's stiff, and it's going to be nice and sharp for cleaning up an edge. Now you can wet your brush in various different ways. You can grab a setting spray, which is what I'm going to use because it's nice and it's readily available. This is a Xoxo Beauty Elixir. It's more of like a hydrating, water-based setting spray. Avoid setting sprays that contain a high amount of alcohol because you're going right by your eye and that's just going to cause a lot of irritation. The other way you can go about this, and the easiest way honestly, is if you're doing your makeup in your bathroom, you want to just dip this into the tiniest speck of water. I mean, I'm talking like whatever's left over in the bowl, like around the dish of your sink in the bathroom. So don't just run this under running water. Don't get it soaked. It should not be sopping wet at all. Just get a little bit of water to wet this brush. And you don't need to wet the entire thing, just about halfway through, which is what I'm gonna do with the Beauty Elixir. Probably should have used a less expensive setting spray to do this, but. Now here's where you do need to get technical, and this is the part of the application where you do need to be mindful of your positioning and just the way your posture is, I guess, is the easiest way to put it. Like, you're not gonna wanna be like looking down, like crouched into a mirror and hoping for the best. This is where you need to pay attention and you need to slow down and make sure you're looking straight into a mirror, especially for those out there that have more hooded eyes, like this eye for me. This is where you really want to take the time to slow it down because this part is crucial to your eye makeup looking professional and looking like it took way longer than it did, right? So taking that wet brush, I'm just gonna grab a mirror just so I can see nice and up close. So what you want to do is line it up to your bottom lash line, right? So right here. And then what I'm gonna do is gently pull it up and out towards my temple. And then this area right here, don't worry about it. You can just clean up with a Q-tip if you want. I'm not even gonna clean that up because I'm gonna put concealer over that area anyway, and that's gonna further clean up this area right here where I have like some like muddy looking shadow. So following my bottom lash line right here, right? And then looking straight into a mirror. This is how you want to be positioned. And then gently cleaning up that shadow. And by going at a slight angle upward, what that's going to do, of course, is it's going to be more flattering, and it's going to give you more of a lifted look, which in turn is going to give you more of a well-rested look to your eye makeup. So it's going to be the opposite of what this eye is doing right now, and I'll make sure I show you guys a close-up of the before and after so you really can get a good visual of how important this like makeup shortcut is. And one thing to point out is you don't have to use a setting spray like I just did. You don't have to use water from the sink. You could use, of course, like a traditional makeup remover like a Micellar Water, which is something I use all the time on my channel. But I do want to show you just alternative ways, like especially if you're on the go and let's say you have a setting spray like that's thrown in your makeup bag, which is something that I always have in my makeup bag, like typically if I'm on the go. you don't always carry around like a makeup remover. So if you're, you're someone who does your makeup in the car before you head into work, if you're really, really busy and you're on the go and you don't always have like everything readily available, I want to show you how to use a setting spray just in case that's your only option. But of course, this is going to do the job. It's going to do the trick. You could just dip your brush into a teeny bit of this as well. And this is something I'm going to show you in another makeup shortcut video where I clean up my eyeliner specifically with this micellar water and Q-tip. So stay tuned for that. So now on to the before and after. Let's show you a good full on how much this has transformed this eyeshadow application into what it is now, which looks way more professional, cleaned up. It looks like you either had a pro do it or you're a pro yourself. So, and it took no time at all. So the next way I want to show you how to clean up your eye makeup is taking a concealer. Now you can either do a cream concealer or you can do a liquid concealer. I'm going to show you how to use a liquid concealer instead because I do feel like in general, most people commonly have a liquid concealer on hand. But I'm going to show you out of convenience, I think that a liquid concealer is more readily available. So using a liquid concealer, this one's from Dior. It's a Dior Forever Skin Correct in 2N. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of my, and this is my personal concealer, which is probably why it looks incredibly messy. I'm going to take a little bit of the concealer from the doe foot. I'm going to pop it on the top of my hand. I actually just pumped out way too much. You need a quarter of this, of what I just squeezed out. Using the same brush, I'm going to coat the brush on both sides and I'm going to make sure that I don't have any excess product on it. Because the last thing you want is this concealer going further up on your eyeshadow than you want it to. And the chances of that happening if you have too much concealer on your brush is incredibly likely. So make sure you're, this is the part, like I said, this is the part where you slow it down. You take your time and you make sure that you are doing this the right way because this is what's going to give you that look, that professional looking look to your eye makeup. Okay, so now we have a nice, perfect amount on this brush. So grabbing my mirror one more time. I'm going to make sure that I'm looking straight ahead again. I'm sitting up straight. If you're standing in your bathroom, make sure you stand up straight and you're not hunched over looking into a mirror. It's the last thing you want to do. So looking straight ahead, I'm going to find where my bottom lash line is. Okay, so it's right. And you can even mark it. All right, so that's my bottom lash line. So I'm going to switch my angle. You'll notice that I gently close my eye as I do this. This gives me more of like a taut, it makes my skin tighter. That's the best way I can describe it. Whereas like if I'm open, my eyes they'll go too much with the brush. It's hard to explain. You'll see it when you're trying this at home, what I'm talking about. So I'm just pulling it straight back. And then what you could do with the remainder of whatever is left over on your brush is I'm going to flip it back to this way. I'm going to start to gently drag it down. And at this point, your application, if you have your foundation on already, this is great because you're just going to drag down the remainder of the product. I can even go back, take off the rest of whatever's on top of my hand and just gently drag it down. And now here's where you're probably like, well, what about this area right here? So then you would take whatever's left over and you can even wipe off the excess on your brush and just lightly blend out the line that this created. So it's a little bit softer. It's not so obvious that you cleaned up your eyes with concealer. However, I actually really quite like the look of like it being sharp. I think that's the beauty of this technique versus this technique. So this is why I want to show you all two different ways to clean up your eye makeup with a brush. Because one side, it's not a one size fits all, right? So you're not everyone's gonna love the appearance of this with a concealer and not everyone's gonna love the appearance of this with just using water. So I'm kind of giving you like the best of both worlds. You have two options. So choose whatever you feel is going to look the best for you or whatever fits your personal preference as far as makeup goes. This is my personal preference because I like how clean and sharp the concealer makes this eye makeup look. But for my more natural people out there who don't want the more obvious line, use this technique. So both are easy, both involve the same brush, same type of brush, both involve you looking straight ahead and slowing down, but these are the results for concealer and for using a water or a micellar water or a setting spray, whatever you choose. So that wraps up this video showing my eyeshadow shortcuts. Make sure you tune in to part 2 where I'm going to show you my eyeliner, specifically pencil eyeliner makeup shortcut. So stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments if you try this at home and how it works for you. I can't wait to hear your feedback. I honestly, this is such a game changer in terms of like having your eye makeup just take it to the next level. So let me know in the comments how you like this. Let me know which sides you prefer if you're trying them both on yourself. Let me know which one's easier for you. I would love to hear. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future shortcut videos, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.